Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Paul Brown Show. This evening, my guest will be DumpTrukk. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Mr. Brown?
All right. What does CMC stand for?
Well, actually, CMC stands for a variety of things, but the original thing is Country Mafia Click. But since we reside in Charlotte, the CMC also stands for Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. Count my cheddar. You know, Travis will put you in Carolina Medical Center. So, you know, CMC a movement, you know. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So what other musical group do you have?
Well, I'm affiliated with a lot of groups. You know, I'm down with Down North, you know, New South Music, Next Coast, DA, Ellis Music. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's a lot of up and coming guys in Charlotte that I've been knowing over the years that do music. So, you know, right now we're just trying to collaborate and get our paperwork right. And we pretty much open to do business with anybody in the city. But Down North, New South, Next Coast, Ellis Music, you know, CMF. Shout out to CMF, you know. Oh, yeah.
So, DumpTrukk, how long you been in this music game?
Well, I was born in a liquor house, so
Okay.
so I technically been in this rap thing forever. You know, I grew up putting quarters in the piccolo, so Johnny Taylor, James Brown, Curtis Blow, Kool Moe Dee, you know. My favorite rapper of all time, Fat Daddy, you know, which is a rapper who dropped the Brown Hornet. So you can say I've been in music probably all my life.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the vision behind the music that you have?
Well, we just believe it's a lot of people swearing in their own lane, but they're all on the same highway. So with this Charlotte stuff, our vision is to kind of be a mirror of what we really do down here in the Queen City, Greensboro, Raleigh, Durham, you know what I'm saying, the whole Carolina. So the vision is to make sure that we can represent Charlotte in a universal way without giving way to what's going on, but at the same time making sure that this real Charlotte stuff, the stuff that we really do, come across. So we really just trying to mirror what's going on down here so the world can see it.
Okay, DumpTrukk, that music now, is that you now? Where is it? I mean, is that you?
Oh yeah, that's my man Fat Daddy. Shout out to Fat Daddy. You know what I'm saying, Such Feeling, you know what I'm saying, good album we did. Shout out to T.O.P., you know what I'm saying, but yeah, that's me, that's on the album. I actually finna drop my album coming in the coming weeks. The name of the album is DumpTrukk, self-titled, you know what I'm saying, oh yeah, but I wanted to do it where we have a whole lot of diversity. I got a lot of guys on it. I got Teasy Montana, I got Ben Franklin, Sam Daddy, DQ, Silky Jones, Dirt McGirt. So I mean, it's called DumpTrukk, but it's definitely got a lot of Charlotte flow, Charlotte flavor, and a lot of people from the city on it. Oh yeah.
Okay, now Charlotte, what the rap scene needs, what do we need?
I mean, first of all, I think a lot of us need to go be better with our financial education to get our business where it need to be. So with a lot of Charlotte raps, you got a lot of hot music come from the north side, the west side, the south side, east side, but nobody really have the financial push, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not having people that's back here actually investing in the youth that in this music going on. So I think what we really need is to kind of throw parties where we can spend money with ourselves. I think there's so many artists and so many comedians, so many, you know what I'm saying, great individuals in the city without any financial backing. So I think we need to start to throw things where we can actually finance what we got going on so the whole world could come and see what we're doing.
What is Eyeball Vision?
Well, Eyeball Vision, shout out to Silky Jones. You know, Eyeball Vision, one of the production companies I deal with. He shoot all my videos. We doing commercials around the city.
Okay.
If you see that new A1 commercial, shout out to my man. Go get you a new car up out of there. We're actually working on Jackie Stewart, who should be up here. We're working on her commercial. So Eyeball Vision is really us showing what we go on visually. Again, our whole kind of ideal is to mimic. So when you think of Eyeball Vision, we want the people to see what we're seeing. So Eyeball Vision is an outlet how we do that.
Now you got a great group of people that's falling behind you. How does that feel to you, you know, to know that you got that support?
Well, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I mean, like I said, I've been doing music a lot of times. I done crossed elbows with a lot of guys that's doing music, a lot of guys that done stopped doing music, a lot of guys that's back doing music, a lot of upcoming young talent that used to buy my CDs when I was selling CDs at the store that's actually doing music now. So to see the people come together, as far as we got Next Coast going on, where we actually trying to put people together to kind of have a bonding, so to speak, with the group. So to see people starting to fall in line and get behind this movement, I mean, it's humbling.
what challenges have you faced? You know, I know it had to be some good times, some bad times. Tell us about some of the bad times.
I mean, I think I can speak for every artist that's ever been born and raised in Charlotte that you're definitely going to have some challenges with. You have a lot of people that's from the Carolina who leave the Carolina and don't rep the Carolina. So us who stand true to the essence of where we're from, it's kind of hard for us to get in Charlotte. For example, we just had CIAA. We watched the locals spend plenty money,
Correct.
And then I could do a free show and they don't even want to show up. Again, goes back to the financial education and the financial push I was talking about. So we have to continue to encourage one another, empower one another. We have to I mean, even the All-Star game, I had a great idea. Like even the All-Star game that was actually took from North Carolina based on the HB2 law.
Correct.
Like us as musicians and entrepreneurs and entertainers should have put something in that board to shine a light on our own talent. So I think we got to do a lot of self-checking. We got to stop kind of waiting for another city to put us on or mimicking. It's bad enough that they sounding like them. Now they looking like other cities. Charlotte got his own swag and own flavor on his own. So again, it's time to really just let the trueness of what we got going on around here shine through. And I just think a lot of people gravitating to it because we actually a mirror. We believable. We doing what they doing. They see us out there in the streets. They see me out there selling CDs. They see me and Necessary in the studio. They see me and Silk all over the city on location shooting videos. So again, to see it homegrown and to know that it's some people that you could touch and feel and it's authentic, so I just think people gravitating to it because they're starting to believe in themselves. So it's easy to believe in me because I'm just like you know what I mean? So again, that's why I think.
How does that feel to see yourself, on TV, actually doing these videos, putting your music out?
I mean, it's a humbling experience, and again, I mean, I've been blessed to be around people who love the music, whether it's on TV, whether it's on YouTube, whether that be Reverb Nation. That I mean, like I said, I was born by the piccolo. You know what I'm saying? I was born putting quarters in the jukebox in the coal yard on Belmont. Okay. Shout out to North Charlotte, y'all know what it is. So again, I mean, to be surrounded by people that love the music, that respect the music, respect the artistry, respect originality, something that's missing in the game today. So again, I'm around people that love music, and whether it's on TV or not, I will continue to do music. But to be on shows like this and to see people notarized, you're starting to see our shirts all over the city. You got people wanting to purchase, the shirts, and you got people playing music coming up to me. So it's definitely a humbling experience.
Now, the hip-hop artists of today, sometimes they get looked at in a bad way by our society. Is that fair?
I mean, well, first of all, life ain't fair. But when it comes to being in a position of a leader position, you definitely have to watch what you say, watch what you do, and actually be an example. That's why even for us, we sponsor the Royal Pink Diamonds. We try to get things in the community. We got some things going on about sickle cell that we got going on, trying to bring awareness to that. So I do think as an artist, as a leader, as a letterhead, so to speak, that you definitely have to be an example by showing some kind of charity. And when you have people follow you, it's important to make sure that you're following the right thing when you have people following you. So yeah, I do think it's important as a leader that you should lead by example, and when you do things that's contrary to that, you should be called out as well.
Okay, I know you have an older generation that listens to your music, but you also have the younger generation. What do you want your music to give to that young generation?
I mean, when I think about it, I always like to call myself old school. Those of us who was born in the 70s, we kind of watched rap being born. We kind of helped change rap, and even today, like I could play, Curtis Blow, and the song come out tomorrow, I can jam just as hard as that. So when I'm doing my music, I want them to see the gap, that I grew with hip hop. I respect the greats, the pioneers. I knew when New York was on, when Cali was on, even when Florida was on back in the day, even the old Atlanta, Shy D, Clay D, Two Live Crew. So with my music, I just want them to be able to see my versatility and understand that I respect the music because I know where it come from, and also that every day that I can make new music. So I want them to actually see the bridge that I am from the beginning of rap and I am rap today.
Education, why is that so important to everyone. Why is that so important?
It's funny you say that. I just had a good conversation with my daughter the other day, and she's a Googleaholic. Like
Okay.
a lot of kids nowadays they Google stuff and they act like they know it. And I told her the whole thing about information and knowledge and education is to apply. So we learned that life is math. It's a solution. You have to put that problem. So knowledge is important because you have to, even if you're going against something. You have to know what you're going against. A lot of these people rebelling against stuff that don't even know what they're going against. So to even be respected with your opinion, you at least have to know what they're talking about. So knowledge is key even when you're building and even when you're destroying something.
The social media sites now is totally different from my generation and what it is now.
Yeah.
How important is that social media?
Oh man, some of us, again, goes back to some of us 70 babies feel like we was born maybe 10 years too early.
Correct.
When as far as when you started how young with this new social media, you could be 9 or 10. If you got a good talent, it can be. But again, it's very important for those who still kind of got some old school type of ways about it. You must be up on your social media. I mean, you could be a success overnight. You can speak on situations, and sometimes it takes other people to hear what you're saying to even better their own opinion. So, I mean, we wouldn't even be where we be right now. Right now, we got Teasing Montana. If you go to YouTube, Teasing Montana channel, my brother been pumping his channel for the last, 3 years. He got over 50,000 views on certain videos. He got over 2,000 followers. So it's key. It's very important when we drop music and we want to get the message out of what we're doing, that those social media sites are already been popping. So yeah, they definitely play a big part. So you can go to us at CMK Facebook. You can go to us Teasing Montana YouTube channel. You can go to Eyeball Vision on YouTube channel. You can go to Oh So Necessary on Facebook. So again, it plays a major part in it, and even with old school beliefs, you definitely have to have a new school, and social media is definitely the way to go.
DumpTrukk, to the viewing audience, what's your ultimate goal in life?
Well, my ultimate goal in life is really to be successful, and my musical goals is, I always feel like it's a lot of Charlotte music that's already in the industry. It's a lot of Charlotte swag that's already been out there. So my goal is to make sure that Charlotte is respected as a hip hop capital. We respect the music. We love the music, and I mean, my whole goal is really, when you think of the New Yorks and you think of the Calis and you think of the Louisianas and you think of the Floridas, like music is affiliated with those states. When you bring those states up, you, like I said before, you can start naming names of people that's in the music business that's just affiliated with that state as well. So one of my goals is when they bring up Charlotte music, North Carolina music, South Carolina music, this whole South, I want my name to be a part of that, especially where I'm from in North Carolina. So my goal is to, when they speak of Carolina music, my name comes up, and I want to be able to play an intricate part in bringing that Carolina swag and flavor to the masses.
Let's talk a little bit about your family.
Okay.
What impact has your family played in your life?
Well, without my family, I don't know what I could be. The streets know. I've been through a lot of different, difficult things. I'm raised in North Charlotte, Belmont, one of the roughest hoods in the Queen City. So I've definitely been through a lot. But thanks to my wife and my family, my kids, they continue to give me inspiration. And even when I wanted to give up music, I remember my wife playing my old CDs like, babe, you need to get back in the studio. And, she believed in me, and it made me believe in myself. So, again, I don't know where I would be without my family support and all the bad things and the hard things I've been through to continue to believe in me and work with me. And I credit where I'm at today based on my family.
What do you tell your children about the hip hop industry?
Well, I got some little writers in the family right now. My daughter 10, she writing.
Okay, you getting them on young.
My 8-year-old, she writes. So anytime they got any type of attitude, go write about it. You got a bad, go write about it. So I'm trying to show my kids how I use music for an outlet, for a stress reliever, how to kind of rehab myself, kind of keep myself in control. So that's one of the biggest things I show my kids, how music can actually help you in a stressful situation. A certain song can bring light, or when you're in the mood with your wife and kids, a certain song can get you in the mood. So I just explain to my kids that before you start using profanity, going out here getting on social media, ranting and raving, try to put it in a song. Try to use music well, how you feel can help somebody else.
Misery like company.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh man, what do you tell the people that's around you about negativity and how that affects you?
Well, it goes back to myself that God taught me a hard lesson when He told me only listen to me. And a lot of times that we hear these small voices in our head, or we listen to our friend and we listen to our brother, and God be telling you constantly in your ear. So I tell anybody, you have to listen. Prayer is talking.
Correct.
And meditating is listening. So I had to implement meditation in my life. I had to listen. I was talking a lot, meaning I was praying a lot too, but I wasn't getting myself to a state to meditate and listen. So I just tell anybody that who has a prayer life, now it's time to meditate. Prayer is talking, meditating is listening. So it's time to just listen what God has to say and move when you hear it.
What's the biggest advice you would give to a new artist that's trying to get out there in the industry?
Well, the first thing I would tell, definitely originality. And again, they go back to my old school roots. You know, I grew up where we cared about if you was original. We cared about if you didn't sound like the next man, look like the next man, even trying to be the next man with your name, with how you roll or what you represent. So I tell any artist to stick to originality, go with your gut. Right now, me and Next Coast, my partner also on this area, we watching us build this industry. I got my man Jay Mello, Platinum Beats, like, we're in a lane where we're not letting nobody tell us how to do it, especially we from Charlotte. I mean, the question you asked earlier is, I mean, that's one of the challenges. It hasn't been done the way it should be done. So I tell any artist, stick to originality, stick to your gut, and make music that feel real to you and then somebody else that'll feel it. So originality is probably the biggest thing that the game is missing. So that definitely be one of the biggest things I stress to any artist.
In your opinion, what separates Charlotte in the West Coast?
What you mean, musically?
Musically, yes, sir.
Hollywood right up the street. You know what I mean? Let's get that. And again, one thing about, even when you look at NWA, even though they came from